Hey guys, Jeremy here with Truth and Requiem. Today I wanted to go over a little bit about how I do streaming and how I do recording for these videos, with specific regard to green screen and some audio stuff. So I'm going to show you the gear that I have, how I set it up, and how to get a great key on your green screen. Now this is going to make your production value that much higher, and you know, let's face it, we all want our videos to look great, but this stuff is very expensive. So I'm going to try to show you what gear you need, where you can get it, and how you can do this at the most cost-effective rate to make your videos super awesome. So follow me as we dive into the land of Oz. All right, so let's go over some gear. For audio, I use the Audio-Technica AT2020 with a Rode desk stand. So this allows me to put this out of the way very easily and bring it back to where I need it in a flash. It keeps things really organized and neat, which I like. So for the TV for the Xbox on the desk, I use a Samsung 30-inch 1080p monitor. It works perfect, in my opinion, for this viewing angle as far as how close I sit, for the size. You don't have to look around too much. Your eyes kind of fill the screen perfectly when you're sitting this close. Now I have the Audio-Technica mic hooked up to a Scarlett 2i2, and that's an audio interface that's going to go USB to XLR and give you phantom power to power this mic. And it's going to sound a lot cleaner than doing just straight USB into the computer. Now that's fine too, because those are a lot cheaper options, but I just wanted to go a little bit higher quality, so that's what I have running for that. And as far as the capture card, I'm using an Elgato HD60 Pro, and that's the one that goes directly into PCIe. So that allows me to capture the gameplay right into the computer, and if I want, I can do the green screen overlays right in the Elgato program, which will also record the voice. So it's a pretty nice all-in-one system where you can do your green screen, and you can do your microphone and your gameplay, record it all in one clip, export it, and then bring it into whatever editing system, or just push it right to YouTube if you want, and use that for streaming as well. So it's a pretty sweet setup. It does have a little bit of glitches here and there, but for the most part, you can make it work, and it works pretty dang well. Now for the webcam, I have a Logitech HD Pro 920. It's a pretty good webcam. I think it's 1080p, and it does a pretty good job pulling the key from the green screen. So sometimes I'll use that, or other times I'll use something like a Sony a7S to just get that much cleaner of a green screen key, and then add that in to Premiere and post and do the green screen in there. But if you want something quick and easy that's just going to do it all in the one program, having a nice webcam is great, because that's just going to interface correctly and right into Elgato or some other streaming programs such as XSplit, and you're going to be able to pull the green screen right out of that and keep it all in one file. And it's nice and easy, and honestly, it's probably the cheaper way to go. So that's definitely the way that I would recommend using a webcam with your streaming program. So let's move on to the green screen and the lighting and whatnot. So for my key light, I have a large silk in front of a 1000 watt LED. Now you might ask, why is there a big white thing in front of the light? Well, now that's going to diffuse and basically make the light source a lot larger. So this is going to cover a lot more on me, and it's going to make me look a lot nicer, really. It's going to put a larger reflection of light in my eye and just soften the light up, and that's going to help, especially with the green screen, because I'm not going to have a hard shadow of myself back on the green screen, and it just looks a lot nicer. So that right there is pretty much the only light that is on me. So moving on to the green screen, right here is pretty much the major light that I have on the screen. So that again is another 1000 LED light, but it's really only a half intensity. And I have that so it's not hitting me, it's only hitting the screen, but it's only lighting one side of the screen more than the other. So on the floor over this way, I have another small on-camera sized LED light that's maybe only 30 or so LEDs, and that's on the floor, and that's shooting up at the screen. And essentially it's just kind of filling in the other side of the screen so that we have a more even light, because when you're pulling the key out of the green screen, you need the intensity of light across the whole screen to be the same. Otherwise, when you pick the color, you might have a lighter color green and a darker color green, and you're not going to get a very good key. And that's why a lot of times you won't see, you'll be able to kind of see the key, the green or the green outline around people when they're talking. But if you have the screen lit very nice and evenly, and it's not too bright or too dark, that's how you're going to pull the greatest green screen key from it and make you look the best. So the fourth light I have is the backlight. backlight, which is right up here. That is a 500 LED light, and it's basically just sitting above the screen and it's shooting down at the back of my head. Now this is going to make me look a lot nicer because it's gonna separate me a lot more. It's gonna put light on my shoulders and it's gonna put light on the back of my hair. Now this is great because when you're sitting only about 2 or 3 feet away from the green screen, you can get the bounce of light of green spilling onto you. And so when you're trying to pull the green screen key out, now you're gonna kind of get some of your hair and your shoulders. So when you can put a light on the back of you, it's gonna help a lot because now you're kind of killing that green spill and it's gonna make you pop more, you're gonna stand out more, and the screen is gonna look a lot better and a lot clearer. You'll be able to have better edges on you. So let me show you a little bit about the Elgato Game Capture HD program. Now, currently I have my webcam set up and I have this directly on me and the green screen in the background. So I have it all set and keyed. So right now you'll see that I'm transparent on the screen, which is really cool. So I can just record right here with my voice and with my face, and it's all great. Now, I'll go ahead and edit this and give you kind of show you how to start from scratch. So this is what the webcam is actually capturing, if you can check this out. So we have, we see all the green behind me. It's looking pretty good. This is a little darker and this is a little lighter, but for the most part, it's looking pretty good, and I think we can pull a pretty decent key from this. We're gonna have to crop in a little bit because this green screen is a little bit of an oval. So we'll go to the crop and we'll bring that in just about there. Now I can adjust the screen a little more to keep more of the mic in, but this is just gonna give you an idea. So now we'll go to remove background, enable Chroma key, and this is where we pick the color. So I'm gonna take this little eyedropper and let's kind of put it near my head right here and click. Okay, so now you can see that it's not the greatest. It's kind of bleeding through. So let's try a different one. Let's go with this color. Well, it's about the same. So now let's mess with the tolerance. Now the tolerance, you can see, is going to adjust that hue and the brightness of the green. So let's bring the tolerance down a little bit, and that's looking pretty good right there. There's not a whole lot of fringing around me. I don't look super soft. So that's looking pretty good. I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and save that scene, and now you can look at it. That's a pretty good key. For a webcam on a green screen, I'm pretty okay with that. So now we would obviously not have this big. You would kind of resize however you want it to be, and we would put it at the bottom of the screen and go ahead and save that. And so voila, now we have a great looking shot. Now you can mess with your webcam a little bit as well to adjust the image. Sometimes you're a little washed out, so you can bring the brightness down and stuff like that. So this is a pretty cool way to do it. It's super easy and it works awesome, as you can see. So now I'm gonna give you some ideas on which gear you can use and what's gonna give you the best bang for your buck. All right, so to recap, to do a good green screen, what you're gonna need is at least 3 lights. Ideally, you want to have 2 of the same intensity lights on the green screen that's behind you. And you're going to want 1 softer light to your right or left, not directly in front of you, so it's not going to cast a shadow on the green screen. And that's going to be a nice basic kit to have a 3-point lighting kit. 2 lights on the screen, 1 light on you. Now you can get an even better looking video if you add a backlight, and that's going to be something that's high above the screen facing down on the back of you. So that's going to really make you pop and give you a lot cleaner key in the end. Again, the easiest way to do this is going to be with a webcam hooked up to a game capture system. You can use an external camera, but you're going to have to bring that footage into an editing system along with your game footage and then key it out in that system. Now it'll probably look better in the end, but it will be a lot more work. So I really hope this video helped you guys understand green screens and how they work and how they make your production value just that much better, and they can really just amp up your personality in your videos. So in the description of this, I'm going to list some different options that you can purchase with budget in mind so that you can get rolling, get doing this kind of stuff without breaking the bank. I'll also link all the gear that I have that I'm currently using to make these videos. And as always, if you guys dig these videos, go ahead and like, comment, share, do the subscribe thing. Otherwise,
I'll find you.
That's a wrap.